Hey everyone, NicMakesPlays here, and today I'm going over my Twisted Fate Fizz deck. We just had a new patch, Legends of Runeterra, and with the new patch comes a new best deck. The Twisted Fate Fizz deck is in high contention for the best deck in the game, and I think right now regarded by most people as the best deck in the game, so I'm hoping I can show you exactly why everyone's thinking that. So, I guess real quick to overview what the deck is supposed to do and what makes it so strong, is that the deck can push for extreme amounts of elusive damage in one turn, with Wiggly Burblefish. I know it's funny because we first read this card, it doesn't look that, crazy. I mean, it's how cute it is in the art. But it's actually extremely potent in the damage output. So it can reduce its cost by 1 for each spell you cast this game. And when it's summoned, you create in hand a 1-cost spell from your regions. It's mostly used because you can make it a 0-mana 3-1. And then you copy it with, Iterative Improvement. Pick a follower, create a copy of it in hand with +1/+1. So what you can do with this deck is you can summon a Wiggly Burblefish, and then you can copy it maybe once or twice, or maybe you have multiple. You can easily summon 3 Wiggly Burblefishes for 0, push for 9 points of elusive damage. Earlier in the game, you're able to chip away elusive damage. It's pretty hard to block. You have Fizz, who if he's targeted, you can stop the spell skill targeting him, and chip for some early game damage. You have Portal Cannon chipping early game damage, Ballistic Block Ignition chipping early game damage. So it's very easy to chip in early game damage. Make a huge push to Wiggly Burblefish, and then go for game. And then you can even finish off with Get Excited, such like that. Pick cards really strong to always refuel. You can basically just draw 3 cards, then play them all one turn. If you draw the Burblefishes, they usually cost 0 at that time. Mind Meld is a 1-of finisher. This round, grow all allies' power and health, the number of spells you play this game. I'm sure you can imagine how strong this is with an elusive deck. And last but not least, a very strong win condition with the very strong new card. And what I mean by that is Twisted Fate. I think Twisted Fate's the best champion in the game. I know a lot of other people have that same opinion. So why is he so strong? Besides that, he has the options of blue card, red card, and gold card. He has a new combo that can level him to his leveled up form extremely easily. I guess real quick, we'll go over this. Each round, the first 3 times you play a card, I play a Destiny card. That means if you have this leveled up form here, the first 3 cards you play, the first one plays blue card, then red card, then gold card. It's usually an instant win if they don't remove him. Love it, Twisted Fate. I mean, every turn you're drawing a card, refilling spell mana, doing 1 to everything, studying their cards. On offense and defense, that's insane. Especially on defense, I feel it's really hard to play through. All their cards getting nuked and stunning each turn. It's usually an instant win for the most part. So why is he even better than he already was before? There's a new card called Stress Testing that just came out. So he's 2 things this card can do. 1, it removes fleeting from all cards in hand. And that's good. Pick a card, because pick a card says place a card from your hand to your deck to draw 3 at round start, get them all fleeting. So you draw 3 and you can make them all permanent instead of fleeting. But it's actually not why it's particularly strong. It's actually the when I'm discarded, draw 1 fleeting that makes it particularly strong. And let me explain why. This is a big combo in this deck, and once you know it, it's extremely easy to just level Twisted Fate and win right away. So Twisted Fate. He's leveled up when he sees you draw 8+ cards, right? So what you want to do is you play Twisted Fate, and you pick blue card. Okay? Refill 1 spell mana, draw 1. So that means he's 1 out of 8 of his level up, alright? Off drawing off the blue card. The combo is you want to Twisted Fate and pick a card. So you Twisted Fate, you draw 1 up blue card, you play pick a card. Place a card in your hand, top 3, draw 3 next round start, get them fleeting. So far we have Twisted Fate, drawing 1 up blue card, that's 1 out of 8. Pick a card, draws 3 next turn, that's 4 out of 8. Then you draw 1 for turn naturally, just drawing per turn. That's 5 out of 8 on the next draw. Then, if you have Rummage and Stress Testing, which are very easy to get because you're drawing 3 anyway, so either you already have them or you're drawing 3 and you draw into them. You Rummage, discard 2 to draw 2. Discard Stress Testing, draw 1 fleeting. That's 8 out of 8. That's insane that you can level Twisted Fate that fast. And again, as I said, if you level Twisted Fate, it's pretty much an auto win. I mean, it's very hard to win a Twisted Fate. It's pretty much an instant win as long as I don't remove him, but not everything can remove him like that. So you can just win games so easily. Turn 4 plays Twisted Fate. Turn 5 he's leveled up and you just win. So one more time. Twisted Fate, pick blue card, 1 out of 8. Pick a card, that's 4 out of 8. Draw for turn naturally, it's 5 out of 8. Rummage, discarding Stress Testing, draw 2, draw 1, that's 8 out of 8. Twisted Fate level up in GG. So with all that said, and you guys know how the deck works mostly, let's go into individual cards and let's play some games. 3 Portal Cannon. To play, discard 1, create your Daring Portals in hand. Daring Portals are 1/1 elusives. They can chip for elusive damage. This is a 0-cost card to protect Fizz with. So let's say target Fizz with Mystic Shot or Static Shock or Parlay or something. Then you can discard. You can use Portal Cannon, and then it negates their spell or skill and keeps them alive. It also triggers stress testing to draw you extra cards. It's really easy. It's a 0-cost spell, so it's really easy spells to rack up Fizz's level of casting 6 spells, or the Wiggly Burblefish costs 1 less for each spell played this game, or the Mind Meld. This round grow all allies' power and health, the number of spells you play this game. So very, very strong, very efficient. It works perfectly in this deck. 3 Fizz. He's an elusive, obviously. When he uses a skill, it becomes elusive for the round. Or uses a spell, it becomes elusive for the round. The thing that's so good about him is since he can't really be targeted, because you can just negate the spell, he is like really good for chipping early game damage with the elusive. It's also very good in certain matchups such as Draven Ezreal with all kinds of removal spells that target Fizz, that they have to remove him. You can just keep him there, and you can keep chipping him damage while keeping him alive with his ability. Also with Suit Up, when drawn, costs 2 less this round, grow an ally to 4/4. A 4/4 Fizz is a 4/4 elusive each round that can't be killed by spells and skills, and that's really good against decks like Anivia, which they have to use Vengeance on bigger threats, but then you can just negate it, so really strong. 3 Rummage, discard 2 to draw 2, very strong. In general, you can discard fleeting cards to turn them into real cards, discard Stress Testing to draw 1, discard the Ignitions, I mean all kinds of stuff, level Twisted Fate, very strong. 3 Stress Testing, you can use this part with the pick a card to draw 3 and make them not fleeting, but you mostly use it for the when I'm discarded, draw 1 fleeting. We went over the combo with Twisted Fate, and this card just basically becomes a free extra draw 1. And cards being fleeting this deck doesn't matter that much, because again, you can make use of them by using them on pick a card, so a card's going to, discard the end phase, because fleeting cards discard from hand when the round ends. You can use them for pick a card fodder, for get excited fodder, for rummage. You can just play them because they're cheap. Most cards in the deck are really cheap. Very good. 3 Ballistic Bot. Round start, create Ignition in hand. Ignition, deal 1 damage to every Nexus. This is very good to chip away damage on the enemy, so you can make it easier when you try and kill in 1 turn. It's good for discard fodder, for rummage and get excited. It's good to activate to trigger Fizz. When you activate a spell, he becomes elusive this round. It's just really, really strong overall in all kinds of different ways. So yeah, makes Wiggly Burblefish cost less and such like that too. So iterative improvement, this card you mostly want to be using it with Wiggly Burblefish. One of the main reasons, or I guess even the main reason this deck's so strong, is because you're able to summon so many Wiggly Burblefishes in 1 turn, and when you use iterative improvement on them, pick a follower creates copy of in a hand +1/+1. They're not only 3/1s, they're 4/2s. So you're able to do like a 3/1 into a 4/2 into a 4/2, and you're just pushing like so much elusive damage after you already got them decently low off of all the chip damage with the elusives in the early game. So that's one of the main things you can do. But of course, it's versatile, and you can copy all kinds of cards, like you're playing aggro, and they have like a House Spider. You can copy their House Spider and play it, and then you get the 3/3 House Spider, and then the 1/1 Spiderling for good blockers. You can use a Ballistic Bot if they try and kill it. You get another one. All kinds of stuff you can do with it. Very versatile, but mostly used on Wiggly Burblefish. 3 Mystic Shot, good removal. Also can hit Nexus for face to go for lethal if you need extra burn or extra reach. You can use it on opposing Twisted Fates and such like that. 3 Get Excited, same thing. To play, discard 1, deal 3 to anything. Good against Twisted Fate, good against Aphelios. Also just can reach for face. To pick card, this card's absolutely insane in this deck. Like, oh my god. Just be able to draw 3 cards per turn in a deck like this, where you're able to pretty much use everything because it's so cheap. It's not really like the fleeting downside matters that much. Again, fleeting cards, this card from hand when the round ends. It's just like you use all your cards, you draw. Like you can at least use like 2 of them most of the time. Let's say you drew like a cheap card, and say you drew Double Zap or something, which is like, I guess, expensive. Then you can always just discard excess cards for rummage and get excited and pick a card and stuff like that. So you pretty much always make use of the 3 cards, which generates you insane card advantage. On top of that, this pick a card plus Twisted Fate is what leads to extremely, and I mean extremely, easy Twisted Fate level ups. Usually to pick a card, Twisted Fate, you always level them up. And if you draw into Rummage and Stress Testing, that's an instant level up, and you just went from there. 3 Suit Up, really strong, especially against the decks like Anivia, where cards like Fizz and like the Daring Port from Portal Cannons could die to Withering Wail or Anivia's Effect, or Avalanche and such like that. you can now make them 4/4s. But I believe this card was changed this recent patch, making that even more strong than it already was. This is a minuscule change, but if it works the way I think it does, it actually kind of matters a lot. So you used to say set an ally to 4/4, which means that, let's say you had Ballistic Bot with so much augment that he was a 6/3, okay? And then they try to get excited him. If you use Suit Up, to my understanding, grow means it only raises stats, it doesn't lower. So before, when it was set an ally to 4/4, it would have made him a 6 or a 4/4. But now that it's grow, it makes him a 6/4. So basically what that means is that since it says grow an ally, it can only raise stats. So if you have a unit that is, I'll just use any unit, a 7/7, and then you suit up on it before in the old text, which is before the patch, it would become a 4/4. But as it's grown ally, if you were to use it on a 7/7, it becomes a 7/4. So it keeps the extra attack stat. I know that seems minuscule, but which it is actually kind of, but it does matter because it basically makes it so it's only a positive. It doesn't lower the attack where it used to lower the attack if they had more than 4. So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, very good. This is also just a high rolly card. It's like, if you just get an early game Pseudo plus Fizz, it's like GG. You can discard it from your hand because if it's dead, like you have the full cost one. Even then, you can still use it sometimes, but you can always discard it for Rummage stuff if it's dead. But you draw so many cards with Rummage, Stress Testing, pick a card, blue card, Zep Sprayfin. Well, I can't actually get it, but you know what I mean. You can just draw it and it costs 2, and you put it on Fizz, and that's just a 4/4 elusive that can't be killed by spells if you have negation. Pretty insane, which you always will because everything's so cheap in this deck. Twisted Fate, best champ in the game, in my opinion. I think Aphelios might be second best champ in the game, but that's for a video later. I made a video later about best champs in the game this patch. But yeah, just insane. I was gonna say broken, but just insane. He's counterable. Some people are gonna be like, oh, but if you have Mystic Shot, then you guys counterable. That's fair. That is fair. He is a very fair best champ in the game compared to ones in the past that were nerfed. But you don't always have Mystic Shot, you don't always have Get Excited, you don't always have ways to kill it. Not every deck has those cards, so when you can't kill it, bam, you level them up, and that's usually GG's. I mean, nothing can beat drawing a card, dealing with damage to all enemies, and sending a card every single turn, like your turn, their turn, your turn, their turn. It's pretty insane. Even without the level up form, these are good cards to pick from. Blue card's really good to refill spell mana and draw 1 in this deck. This can deal with all kinds of things like aggro decks with a bunch of 1 health units. Even the mirror match is really good. Gold card can deal with big threats like maybe overwhelm decks and stuff like that. This really good defensive unit here with the gold card. All kinds of good stuff. Also, if they were to say have a challenger like the Serpent or Diana or something, you always have Mystic Shots and Get Excited to kill the challengers to protect him. So he's really easy to level up. And the fact that you can do it so fast in 1 turn is insane because usually after he's leveled up, you're just drawing so many cards and doing so many things. Like your opponent gets outpaced like instantly. So if you do this on turn 5, I can't stress how big the Twist Fate into blue card to pick a card, Rummage Stresses in combo, which sounds like a lot, but it's not because you're drawing 3 up pick a card, so it's very easy to draw those cards. I can't stress how much of a win that is. Like you usually always will win on turn 5 with that. It's just like the game is so early. And you're just starting to enter the mid game, and you're just like doing this huge blowout tempo. But anyways, Zep Sprayfin. When summoned, draw a spell that costs 3 or less from your deck. Attune, so you get a spell mana back when he's played. And elusive, so just a solid elusive, chip damage, and search of spells. Very good. Very good. Wiggly Burrowfish is pretty much the main card of the deck. This and Twisted Fate are your 2 main win cons. This was Fate and I guess Fizz. But Wiggly Burrowfish, using multiple Wiggly Burrowfishes in 1 turn and pushing huge damage with them is the main reason this deck is so strong. It happens out of nowhere. I've had so many times where I've played against this deck and they like had a weakish opening, Ballistic Bot, get like a few damage in, no big deal. They pick a card, I'm like, oh, he's pick a card, he's down 3 mana, I got this, and then they just play like 3 Burrowfishes. You can even play 4 if you have improvements, even 5 technically, so it's just so insane the damage output. And adding the 1 cost spell to your hand is really good for discard fodder for things like Get Excited, so you can discard score for lethal. But they also add really good cards sometimes. Like, it can add Death Ray's okay. You don't main deck it. You can main deck it for the mirror. It's really good in the mirror to kill the opposing 1 health units like Burblefish. And it's risky, obviously, but Daring Poro and such. But it's just a one deal one to a unit. It's good off that. You can get cards already main deck. You can get like Jury Rig, which is kind of funny because you can discard it. Jailbreak, Mushroom Cloud puts Mushroom to your opponent deck that could chip 1 more damage. Parlay is a good one. Deal 1 damage to anything other than Nexus. It's like a burn spell can get. Shakedown is good. It can dodge certain effects in combat and deal 3. Well, it depends how you use it. Let's not get into that. But because burst spells and fast spells are different in combat. Anyways, you can make your opponent's threats have vulnerable and kill them. Even Warned is kind of cool, but the really good one is one we already run. It's Rummage and Stress Testing. You can get a Rummage off this card. You can get a Stress Testing off this card. Cards that we're already main decking that are really good, you can get off this card. Very strong. Very strong. One of my meld. This is the one-up. This is the flex spots. People think, oh, it's so extra. It's a win more card, which means in card games, you're already going to win. So you don't need Mind Meld. It's just kind of extra. Like, there's no point of it because you're already going to win, and it could brick you if you draw it. But I think it's a good one-of. I think it's a good ultimate win con. There's a lot of times where in late games with this deck, decks just can't deal with this, and it's very easy to make your whole field like 10-10s, and they're elusives. And I feel as a one-of, it's pretty strong, but yeah, you can just grow everything, you know, have 5 10-10 Burblefishes or Daring Portals or whatever and go for game. I guess alternative cards, if you don't like this, or I guess other cards people run in this deck are, I know some people like to run Parlay to deal with mirror matches. Some people like to run Death Ray to deal with mirror matches. This is good because it deals 1 to a unit and you can draw, and it draws into more removal, so it's really good in the mirror. So if you're going to like a tournament or you're just playing against a lot of the mirror match, Death Ray is really strong to have multiple removal spells you can draw into. Parlay is good against Zoe and then against the mirror too. A lot of people are running Giant Urchin. There's a huge debate. Is this card like the wave in this deck? I've had a lot of high-level players say they love it. A lot of people say they don't need it. This is definitely a high consideration. Another card that people like in this deck, there's only 2 more. Some people like Rising Spell Force is actually one. Give an ally +4/+0 quick dice round to push for lethal and surprise just blockers. But most people don't play that anymore. But I've seen some people like Aftershock. This is before Grand Pause got nerfed, so a lot. It can go 3 to Nexus or deal Landmark. People don't really play it anymore, but it's good if you're playing a lot of Grand Plaza. But other cards are Salvage, Toss 2, Draw 2. I've seen people play this. I've seen Static Shock, deal 1 to an enemy. I mean, Nexus, draw 1. And I've seen people play Playful Trickster. This is actually extremely strong. It's like you have it already because it's Fizz Champ spell if you have Fizz. But you can attack with a bunch of elusives, pull one back, like 4 of them attack in, and then you just attack again, and you attack with all of them again. This can do 20 damage in 1 turn easily. It's actually really strong in this deck. It's kind of crazy because this card usually is like a meme card, but this deck, it's very powerful. A lot of these suggestions were before Stress Testing came out, so there wasn't much space in the deck, so, but those are the cards you can run instead. All right, let's get into it. Overwhelm. All right, we're playing Overwhelm here, it seems. There's a new card, Wild Claws, which I actually really like in this deck. I'm interested to see how it pans out. This hand's weird. We definitely don't keep these. We want to draw like Ballisibot in the early hands. Fizz is good. CF you always want to see. The question is, do I keep these? I'll be transparent. I haven't really played this deck that much, so we'll learn together. I don't really think, oh, like NicMakesPlays, you misplayed here, here. We'll learn together. So I shouldn't be open about that. I haven't played this deck too much. Do I keep both of these? It sounds like I shouldn't. As good as these are together. But it also sounds kind of broken. Like, these are cards you don't really want to draw in your opening. I'll keep it. I'll just keep it. See what happens. Interesting. Alright. Nice. So we'll start with Fizz here. Yep. See if he has a 1 cost. It's like usually runs Precipice and Omen Hawk because it's 1 cost, so it's only 6 1 cost compared to them usually having more. I think he has both in his hand. He's thinking about which one to do. But it'd be Omen Hawk, obviously, right? If he wasn't thinking about which 1 cost to play, then why would he be taking so long? So he has no 1 cost, he just passed here, right? Maybe he's playing Legion Saboteur also. But usually just Omen Hawk and Precious Pet in this deck. Okay, so there's Legion Saboteur. We can use the Portal Cannon here to attack directly. Or we can save it for like stress testing, but I think now we're just going to do it. We won't be using this for a little bit just because we need to keep mana so that when we do play this card, we have enough mana to use our redraw that's fleeting. This Chancellor can actually be pretty potent. Alright, since we're playing against an aggro deck, I'm actually going to block here, but also because we drew another Fizz. I'm not sure if I drew another Fizz, would I actually be still doing this? Play this first, just to leave our options open. The only really interaction they have is Death's Hand and Wild Claw, and Wild Claw costs 5. And Death's Hand, this is just risky because I obviously can stop it. No need to play Elusives here, considering we have a good open attack. Nothing to like elusive dodge as a blocker. This is good as deck has no healing, and we can make some, as I said, really explosive turns in the future. We might just take this, but we can race him. Like, we're totally cool to just race him. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe we won't take that then. Maybe we'll trade. This could just be good to put on our elusives and go for damage, though. I think we do race him. My mind's changing rapidly about what we do. Okay, with that being included, I kind of just want to kill him because he could have Troll Chant to protect these if we try and suit up and block. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna race this guy. We're gonna try and kill him before he kills us. The only scary part is that he can play Darius like next turn and try and kill us. Let's go for it though. I'm gonna use this on Daring Poro because it has less attack than Fizz, so we're actually getting extra damage off the growth here. Not exactly sure. I don't think I should play this quite yet. That could actually be what we go for lethal with. Let's see. Interesting. So this is fleeting. So this is 4 mana. I mean, Troll Chant can stop some damage. Wild Claw can stop some damage. Alright, he can't Wild Claw. He can still Death's Hand, which is scary. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is lethal if it goes through. I'm gonna go for it, honestly. We also have to level up Fizz along the way, which is cool. So we'll talk with All here. Hope he doesn't have Death's Hand. If he blocks this, we're gonna Playful Trickster this. That's why we attack with it. So the only reaction they have really is Death's Hand. Some play Culling Strike and Draven's Whirlwind, but mostly they only play Death's Hand. At least the Sejuani version, except proc Sejuani. Okay, if he had Death's Hand, he definitely would have used it here, so I think we just win. Same with Troll Chant. I think we win. Yep, GG. Pretty sick. Alright. Here we are playing the mirror match. Interesting. This guy could definitely pop off because I'm kind of learning the deck, so he might know more than me. Mulligan suit up, draw it later when we have, you know, it's discounted price. We're going to keep Fizz in the early game, and we have pick a card Twisted Fate we're going to keep just to go for the Twisted Fate win con. I would also like to show you guys the combo I'm referring to when I talk about the Twisted Fate pick a card being so good, so hopefully we can do that this game, but because that has a lot of ways to kill Twisted Fate, so we have to be careful. Okay, our hand's pretty all in on this whole Twisted Fate concept. Alright, fair enough. I think he's in a slightly better spot than us, because he could just get excited at this, or like, Mystic Shot this. I feel like you can just pick a card here, and then see what you draw, and then play all kinds of stuff. Maybe hold off on Twisted Fate for a little bit. Fair enough. Oh god. That's extremely strong. We might lose this game, actually. I think we have to go for Twisted Fate and hope it walks. This will drive red card later. This will save us 4 health. Maybe, I think setting this up for red card kill could be good. Alright, we're just gonna go straight for Twisted Fate level up, honestly. That's what I'm feeling. I think that's our way out of this. Alright, we'll play blue card here. Something cool about like a lot of the fleeting cards in this deck is that like Poro Cannon, for example, you can use it on the other fleeting cards, and that way, even if they're gonna go away or you can't afford them, you can just use them anyway. It's again, you always get value out of your cards. You might Mythic Shot this or like try to get excited at
I'm always up for a round.
gold card. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. Well, we can set this forward 4-2, keep it alive. It's gonna be pretty hard to win this game, but we're gonna do our best. Can discard this, get the Poros, and end our turn. Yeah, we're gonna have to really hope that we can get this level up. This could actually be good, even at cost 4, to keep him alive. We'll see what happens. If he develops, it's kind of greedy for him, considering that he already has so much damage on the field, and we can just play the Poros and block. Interesting. Alright, so now we can block better. Alright, we're probably going to save health here and just go for the level up. Okay, so it looks like he's in a Mystic Shot or Get Excited. So we're going to try and go... we're even going to block with Fizz, I think. Yeah, we'll block with Fizz. I think setting things up for red card is going to be the way we win, because we're so far behind that this is probably the best way to come back. This is a lot of damage. These are all set up for red card, right, besides this one. But we can do gold card on that one as well. And it's what, by blocking this, it also makes it so this will be the one that takes the red card, or the gold card, because otherwise he can boost attack with Ignition. So yeah, this seems pretty good. Alright, if we can draw the stress testing rummage thing, or even just rummage this point, because we're at 2 out of 8, we're going to draw a card for turn, then that's really strong. We don't need 2 of these. This could be good as an option, even though it's very expensive. Alright, if we can draw rummage and then burst into red card, that would be so strong against this field. No rummage. We drew stress testing, but no rummage. Pretty rough. Not gonna lie, kind of rough. We need this level up to kill this field. I guess we still technically have a level up here, because we can do Zap Spray Fin. This can search us rummage, and we also have this into this, but we can't do anything else. Yeah, like we don't get to get the red card here because if we use the Get Excited on this, we draw one, but then we have no other actions. And Burblefish is really good. We can activate stress testing to keep these, and then play Burblefish. I just want to make sure we can burst level Twist Fate if we have to. This is a pretty hard turn, actually. I would like to play this if I had the choice. We do level up next turn. There's no point doing it this turn. If you just get excited, I think we just lose, so... I guess we'll just keep the cards in our hands and play Burblefish as a blocker. Hope he can't... If he has Mythic Shot or Get Excited, we lose. He's digging for it. He's digging for it. Hope he doesn't get it. This is close. Suit up on Fizz. Alright. That's fine. We'll keep our blockers here. We can Twist Fate level up before he does. And we're not going to attack because then he can, with this, because he can just replace a blocker we're going to kill with red card anyway. So it doesn't really matter if we attack. I'd rather clog out this field and make things awkward. Alright. We have a lot of damage out, or we have a lot of output of things we can do this turn. It's going to be kind of insane. Ooh, he's going to try and level Piss Twisted Fate. That's 7 out of 8? Oh, okay, I thought that was Twisted Fate. I was like, that is 7 out of 8. Okay, so this is really scary, but we can block it and then like red card it down later. Over 2 turns. He might open attack here, hoping we can't use red card right away, but we can. Oh, God. Alright. So we need to kill his guy immediately, actually. Or this will be too much to handle. I'm gonna get excited this right away. Get our blue card. We can't allow him to do more with this, or he'll be doing what we're doing and getting all kinds of free stuff happening for him. Oh no. I'm sure on both ends you can see just how crazy this deck is. Basic shot, plus that. So suit up saves it, which is pretty good here. So I guess we can do the suit up, right? Mystic shot plus red card is 3, go to 4. If he has a portal cannon in hand that costs 0, like that costs 0 obviously, then it'll gold card and kill this and we'll lose. Okay. This red card just saved us a lot of health. This is gonna stay alive. We might actually win this game in the end just because we have level Twist Fate and he doesn't, but he's gonna push for huge damage here. He could have iterative improvement and copied our Burblefish. I don't really know why he didn't do that. I think that was a misplay. I think he forgot you can use it on your opponent's cards, because that was definitely the way to go, in my opinion. Alright, so gold card doesn't actually target anything. Fun fact, so if we do this, this will kill this will block, and this will stun that, yeah. Fizz can't negate this because it doesn't target. This just goes to the strongest enemy, but it doesn't predetermine it. Alright, we might actually cheese this game level Twisted Fate. Interesting. Well, I want to see what we draw before we do anything. I think Get Excited is going to be important in this match, so I'm discard Ballistic Bot. Fizz is really strong here. Alright, we have to go okay here because this goes in the stack, so we can only since it's an interesting thing with Twisted Fate to know, since this goes on stack you can't play anything else until this goes off. I really want to get red card off here, even though it's not that important. But letting this die is just so brutal. Is it worth trying to kill Fizz though, is the question. I mean, we can make him use a spell he doesn't want to use right now, and going face is pretty irrelevant at this point. Oh, we drew on Twisted Fate. Okay, something broken about Twisted Fate is that when you play him, he starts his little whole card cycle combo over. But we won't have that much mana to work with. It's pretty good.
Something for all.
Alright, let's see what we draw. If we draw a 1-minute spell like Rummage, that's perfect. Because then we can start over the cycle. Wow. Alright, interesting. Like, these fleeting cards are getting so much value, because they're becoming real cards over and over again. It feels weird not playing Fizz when he's leveled up, but I guess this is our way to win. I could also just pass. Like, hold on to these cards. Oh god. See if Get Excited is his last card. Interesting. Alright. I think we should just chill. Let's just chill. See what happens. We can do red card on this and gold card if we need to. Just hope he doesn't get excited for our Nexus. He might. I wonder why he did that. Missy shot there. This is so close. Everything in our hand is so good. I guess this is the best we can do. Being able to play, I'm sure we're gonna draw into a card we can play to use red card. Oh, this is red card and use gold cards. So let's just start with Fizz for elusive blocker. If he has the excited, we're gonna lose, and that's just what it is. He might have even searched it with this, but we did a hard fought battle. It was pretty hard to. Our opening hand was really weak compared to his, but we have Twisted Fate, which kept us in this game. He did too, so it was close on both ends. Interesting. He's just gonna pass here. Okay, we'll play Zap. Get a red card off.
Can't say no to Fizz.
Interesting. This is so close. It just comes down to his burn versus our Twisted Fate. Yeah, if he draws Gig Sight, he wins. He doesn't, he loses. That's all there is. But if he had Gig Sight, he would have used it because we have no way to stop it. Oh, that was smart. We have no way to stop Get Excited. There's nothing in this deck that can beat Get Excited. So he should have copied our Burblefish earlier, I believe, if I remember correctly. So we'll kill that. We have blockers for this. Oh, he just gives up. You see how strong level Twisted Fate is, dude? This deck is insane. Wow. Like, it's just the crazy stuff you can do with this deck. It's just unreal. I mean, he should have waited, though. He shouldn't have surrendered because it was his attack, and then he could have drew Get Excited for turn, but I think he was just over it. Yeah, this is my EU Smurf. But yeah, haven't played it too much, getting it up to Masters. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed the video, I stream on twitch.tv/NicMakesPlays, 6:30 p.m. EST every day. I'll be playing more of this, a lot more Ophelio because I like a lot of Ophelio stuff. I like Victor Ophelios and such. Comment below what you guys think the best decks are, or how you feel about Twisted Fizz decks, or any questions you really have. But feel free to also subscribe to the YouTube channel. It takes 2 seconds. It's free and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't wait to give you guys more deck videos. I'm gonna try to do champion tier list with the new patch. I think Ophelios is really strong. Maybe best or second best champ after Twisted Fate. I can do best decks for ranked. I can do the 5 best decks for ranked. I can do all kinds of cool stuff. We got all kinds of Riven decks, Victor buffs. As you can see, I already have Victor Zoe and Ophelios Victor. So all kinds of cool stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one. Peace.